going on, guys? It's your boy Treetop Piper. On my way home from work. Had a pretty good day today. Not too bad of a ride home. Traffic hasn't started yet, but anyway, I don't smoke in my truck. I've got a newer model Toyota Tacoma. I haven't smoked in it. I've had it for a little over a year, and I haven't smoked in it yet. So I've just been, sticking to that. But I still wanted to do a video. Man, I seen last night that new Cornell and Diehl small batch folklore drop last night at midnight. It sold out at midnight. So I wasn't able to get any. I'm pretty upset about that because, I think I'll probably be able to get some because the last one, the Perique and Carolina Red Flake, or Carolina Red Flake with Perique, that came out in September, and I was able to secure the last tin on the internet in December. Yeah, I bought it in December. It came out in September, and it was a small batch red flake, and I bought it in December. It's the last one they had at Pipes and Cigars, so I want to say they had lost it and then found it, and I snapped it up. And then also, the only other one that lasted a good while was the Father of the Flame, the straight up English. That one, man, I swear you could buy it for like 2 years after it was released. I was still getting the 2017 batches in 2019 or 18. And then also the San Sepulcro was another one where they used the Carolina Red Flake leaf with an Italian varietal of dark-fired Kentucky. And I bought 2 tins of that. I remember I've got one in a jar, and the other one is still in the tin. So that's 2018. That's got 4 years of age. Can't wait to open that. Honestly, I bought 10 tins of Carolina Red Flake. The first one, or I think the second. I think it was in 2018. Bought 10 tins and ran across some hard times, and slowly but surely sold every one of them to Old Berg. Or either that, or I sold them on eBay when you could. I think I sold them to Old Berg, though, to add to his collection, because he had a lot. But that one, I had just a gigantic stack of the Carolina Red Flake of the 2020, I think it was. Was it 2018 or the 2020? No, it was the 2018. They came out with 2017, and 2018 was the year I got 10 of them. But didn't hang on to any. But when 2020 dropped, Berg let me know that it had dropped, like, yo, grab it now or it's gonna be gone. So I grabbed 2 tins, and I haven't even opened it. I opened them. So I've been able to get a few. I've been able to get the straight up English, the San Sepulcro, the Carolina Red Flake twice, the Red Flake with Perique. But I missed out on the From the Beyond, which I'm pretty upset about because that's a part of the Eldritch series, the H.P. Lovecraft Miskatonic and Mad Fiddler Flake and those Dreams of Kadath. Those are those H.P. Lovecraftian Eldritch blends. And I remember when small batch, the first iteration of small batch, I shit you not, was you got a tin of Perique from Cornell and Diehl, a tin of Bright Virginias, a tin of Red Virginias, a tin of Latakia, a tin of Orientals, and it was a kit. And McClellan's did this for a while too, where you could buy each individual tobacco's type variety in a tin. They had Latakia in a tin, Virginia in a blending Latakia in a tin, or blending Virginia in a tin, blending Orientals. They come in black tins with white lettering. But small batch started out as a kit that you got from Carolina Red Flake, and you made your own small batch blends using their tobaccos. You were basically an amateur GLPs, because you're using Cornell and Diehl source tobacco, but you're blending it yourself, kind of like how Cornell and GLPs does. Greg Pease gets Cornell and Diehl tobacco and he blends it and presses it, makes flakes, makes whatever out of it. And that's how the small batch originally started. And I want to say Straight Up English was the first one. I think it was Straight Up English, Father of the Flame or Father of the Flame. And then it was Carolina Red Flake, because they got a really kick-ass batch of Red Virginia leaf tips. Like, they got a whole batch of it. Same crop, single farm, Carolina leaf, which is where they're at, so it was fresh. And then they did San Sepulcro very shortly after. And then after San Sepulcro, I want to say you had maybe Sun Bear came out before Carolina Red Flake, because Sun Bear was an earlier one. There have been quite a few. There have been a couple that I might not know about, but the main ones I do. And when I did see that they came out with a Perique version of the Carolina Red Flake, I was so upset that I had missed that drop. And then luckily, out of the blue, just browsing on Pipes and Cigars, boom, Cornell and Diehl, small batch in December, small batch, September 2021, 110 left, Carolina Red Flake with Perique. Snapped it up immediately. And I was so excited about it too. I was like, man, I've got a couple tins of the Red Flake that I was able to grab, that old Berg turned me on to, and then a tin of the Perique. So at least I won't miss out on the Perique. I may wait to age it, but at least one day I'll get to try that tin. And also, I thought it was pretty cool how they made it a black tin with red lettering. I think it's probably one of their tops. I never have had Sun Bear, which definitely sucks. And the only English version I've had from them, like From the Beyond, sorry about this guy, From the Beyond was an English. Never got to try that one. So like legitimate English I've never really tried other than Straight Up English. Like I haven't done they haven't made a Balkan, I don't think yet. But they've made the San Sepulcro and and the small batch stuff is awesome because it's fun to catch this. If you miss the first batch, you catch the second batch, or if you really, I remember when Carolina Red Flake first came out, it was before small batch stuff sold out in an hour. Carolina Red Flake was in stock for like a week, and I tried a tin and was like, whoa, this is fantabulous tobacco, and immediately purchased 10 tins for my cellar. And and it was cool because it was an MSRP, just grabbed 10 of them. And was gonna age them, but I didn't. I still have 2 left, and I still have some of that, of the original tin I opened, or the second, but I went through it quick. but it was just so good. It was so good. It almost is akin to a single
malt,
barrel
I mean.
Scotch, or a single barrel bourbon or whiskey. You know, where it's not it comes from a specific farm, all at once. They get it all from the same crop. It's not a blend like we think blends are any type of tobacco. No, a blend is several different tobaccos blended together to make a blend that they can recreate over and over. Same thing with whiskey and stuff. All that stuff is blended. It's blended so they can get the consistency. Whereas small batch Carolina Red Flake is the exact opposite of that. It's not blended whatsoever. It's all from the same year, same batch of Red Flake from the same farm, the same area, same, few acres of farmland in North Carolina. And it's like that with wines and lots of liquors, where you get small batch liquors where, they come across a particularly good crop of grapes or corn or whatever you're using, and and then it becomes known as a good crop, and then they're traded amongst people like currency, like champagne or wine. It's traded amongst people. Some of them are worth a ton, and that's tobacco. But the beauty of the small batch is that it's not a blend. It's, I don't know whose farm it is, but it's off of one particular gentleman's farm or one family's farm, and it's excellent. The stuff with Perique, however, and Perique similar too. It's one of two farms. There's only two farms, and it's only in St. James Parish, Louisiana. One parish, which is basically a county, one parish in Louisiana out of the hundreds. And I've been to Louisiana. I went on Storm, doing tree work on Storm for Hurricane Laura. I think it really is cool though how, now that I think about it, the Carolina Red Flake with Perique, that's only a blend in the technical senses, and they take two different tobaccos and make them into one tobacco, basically. And but at the same time, both of them, one tobacco is sourced from one farm, while the other Perique is sourced from one of two farms. So you're almost getting small batch tobacco or crop year tobacco, which is something we don't get. We don't get to decide. We can decide 10 years. We can, buy and sell in 10 years. But as it is with crop years, the tobacco blenders are the ones that purchase the tobacco in bulk, so they know what year it was grown. They don't give us that information except for small batch. And another one that's like that too was when they re-released Squadron Leader with Perique. That one time with Smoking Pipes, they did it like twice, and I caught it for the 2017 or 2019. I think it was 2017. I caught that year and got 5 tins of it and was able to try that, which it was a long lost blend. They didn't produce it for years, and Smoking Pipes talked them into it. Absolutely fantastic. I've got 4 tins cellaring at the moment. Fantastic blend. So glad that I picked those up. But whenever you get a chance to, and I've never tried Sun Bear, always have. I would like to try that one day. But whenever you get a chance to get those limited run blends, like the Perique with the Squadron Leader. They only made 5,000 tins, 1,500 or 5,000 or 2,500. Anyway, or 3,000, something like that in the thousands. And you got a 17,088 or 1,788 out of 3,000, so you knew exactly what tin you got, like in what order you got it out of all the tins. And it's the same way with all the small batch stuff from Cornell and Diehl. And I just think that more companies should do it, and that we should take advantage. And if you ever see stuff like that, don't hesitate or question. Grab it. It's worth it. It's worth your time. Worth at least to try it once. You only live once. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm at home. I'm gonna go ahead and head inside. It was good talking to you guys. Maybe back on later on today. I just got a few things to do, but until next time, Piper Downs, over and out.